If you're running Google Shopping ads or Performance Max for e-commerce and you have lots of products or SKUs, I bet you a tenner that you are sitting on a ton of zombie products that are costing you a lot in missed opportunity. Hi, I'm Daryl. I've been running a Google Ads agency called Big Flare for 12 plus years now, and today I'm going to teach you what zombie products are, why they are hurting your Google Ads performance, how to quickly find them, and how to fix the problem and start generating more revenue. So if that sounds good to you, then let's hop right in. First, I'll show you how you can easily find the zombies in your Google Ads account. But before I do that, let me quickly explain what a zombie actually is. So what's a zombie product? Simply put, a zombie product is a product or SKU that you have active in Shopping Ads or Performance Max, but it's had 0 clicks and 0 spend. If you've got lots of products or SKUs, you might be sitting on hundreds or even thousands of products that have 0 spend and 0 clicks, meaning that they've never been tested by Google at all. And if Google actually tested and showed some ads for those products, you might end up generating a lot of revenue and profit that right now you're missing out on completely. So every zombie product you find in your account represents a potential missed revenue opportunity. Here's part of a report I put together for an account I was auditing recently. This report is part of a tool that I have that can quickly show me the number of zombies, but don't worry, in just a sec, I'm going to show you how you can manually find the zombies without having to pay for a tool. So anyway, this row here shows the number of zombie products in this particular account. So what you can see here is that out of the 2,278 total products in this particular account, 1,347 of them were not actually tested by Google at all, despite the advertiser wanting these products to be advertised and tested. So we've got a lot of zombies here. And the thing to know here is that this particular account is not an outlier. This is actually pretty typical. Here's another account I audited. They have 171 total products and 92 of those were zombies. And here's another one, 2,480 total products and 1,022 of them were zombies. So if you have more than a small handful of products in your Google Ads account, I'm pretty sure you too are going to find a bunch of zombies in there. So next up, let me show you how you can find the zombies in your account quickly and easily. So finding the zombies in your account, it's actually pretty straightforward. In your Google Ads account, first set your date range nice and long. For example, I'll just do all time. Click on the products dropdown and then products. This will show you all your Shopping Ads products, all the products in your product feed and their performance data. So run a simple filter of cost equals 0. Voila, these are your zombies. And if you scroll right to the bottom, you'll be able to see right here exactly how many zombies you have in your particular Google Ads account. There's a simple way, and then there's a more advanced way to force Google to test your zombies and then fix this issue. So let's cover the simple way first. And it is this. Put your zombie products into their own campaign. Make sure to remove any target return on ad spend or target CPA from that campaign, and instead run your bid strategy in maximize mode, meaning either maximize conversion value or maximize conversions. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you may have seen this on some of my previous campaign structures that I've talked about in previous videos. Now, for example, here's one of the campaign structures I've talked about in the past, and here you can see a zombies campaign, exactly designed for the purpose I'm discussing in today's video. It's important to note that broadly speaking, there are 2 main reasons why a product might end up being a zombie in your Google Ads. Reason number 1 is because Google just isn't bidding high enough of a cost per click bid for that product to get any clicks. This can happen when you've got lots of products all lumped into the same campaign. Google uses the average campaign data to decide how to set the cost per click bids in order to reach your ROAS or CPA goal or whatever goal you're aiming for. But if some products need a higher than average CPC bid just to get started with any traffic at all, then maybe Google just never ends up bidding high enough for them to get any traffic in the first place. And because they don't get traffic in the first place, Google never gets the data it needs on those specific products to learn that this product needs a higher CPC bid. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. That's why we move these products to their own campaign and then make sure to remove any target ROAS or target CPA, and thus make sure to be running a maximize bid strategy like maximize conversions or maximize conversion value. When you've got it set up like this, Google now has room to experiment with higher CPC bids, bringing traffic into your zombie products, which can now create more of a positive feedback loop. Reason number 2 why your product might be a zombie is because legitimately no one wants to click on or buy that particular product. Maybe the product deserves to be a zombie, maybe it's too niche, maybe there's no one searching for it, or maybe this product is just unappealing compared to other winning products you have that are better serving people searching for that particular search term. Not every zombie product is going to turn into an eventual winner, so it's worth bearing this in mind. That's why you need to break zombies into their own campaign, yes, and make the system test them, but you should also be prepared to kill them if the test turns out negative. Extract your zombie products from your normal campaigns and put them into their own zombie campaign. And then in that campaign, you make sure to remove the target ROAS or target CPA, should be on either maximize conversions or maximize conversion value bid strategy. For any products that then get revived, you can now move them back into your normal campaigns. But for any products that are unrevivable or they revive but have terrible performance, you should just be prepared to kill them off in case they just deserve to be dead all along. In just a sec, I'm going to walk you through the more advanced approach to fixing your zombie products, but before I do that, if you need any help optimizing your Google Ads campaign, check out my agency, Big Flare. We're a small team of Google Ads veterans that can fully manage all your Google Ads for you, and we've generated over $150 million in revenue for our clients. We have a fully managed service, which means you just give us the goal, and then we do everything within Google Ads for you to try and hit that goal and grow your business. If you want to find out more, then there is a link in the description below this video. Click that link, and then on the next page, you can book a Zoom call with me so that we can discuss your business and see if my team and I can help you out. Hope to hear from you soon, and with that said, let's get back to talking about reviving some zombies. Okay, now I want to cover a slightly more advanced strategy for zombies, which you can use, and it's especially useful when you have thousands of zombies or a big list of zombies to go through. When you have thousands of zombies to fix, having one zombie campaign for all of them might be spreading your budget a little bit thin. Let's say your budget for zombies is $100 per day, and then you have 2,000 products in there. That's going to be a really low budget per product, and so you'll probably revive some of them, but not all of them, and many of them might end up just sitting around doing nothing for quite a while, continuing to be zombies. So if that sounds like you, here's one approach you can test. Instead of putting all the zombies live in your zombie campaign, manually select a subset of those products that you think have the highest chances of doing well. Leverage your own knowledge of your products, your categories, your market, and your margins to try and manually select the top products within the zombies list, which you think have the best shot at working well. So instead of launching all 2,000 zombies, maybe you select the top 50 to 100 of those products that have the best chances. That way, you're spreading your budget less thin, and you are concentrating the budget on the products that have the best chances. And to throw rocket fuel on this strategy, don't stop there. Now that you've whittled down your zombie product list to the top ones, don't just segment them to the zombie campaign and launch them, but instead, make sure to optimize your product feed listings for those products before launching. It looks a little bit like this, to give you like a visual version of it. Up here you have the full list of zombies, which you then select, just say, the top 50 to 100 zombies from. Then you make sure to optimize the heck out of those products, and I recommend focusing on their titles, images, the product type field, and the descriptions, all within your product feed. Then you can launch and test those zombies in their zombie campaign with no target ROAS or CPA, and once they're revived, you rotate them back to the normal campaigns, and then you can go back to your list of zombies and repeat this process. Only this time you do the next batch of 50 to 100 zombies down the list. To help make this all easier for you, I recommend using the custom labels within your product feed to label when a product is a zombie. That way, it's easier to create your campaign structure later on, as you can set the zombie campaign to pick up any products with the zombie custom label. These days, a lot of tools in the Google Ads world offer the ability to automate custom labels for you based on performance buckets. For example, at my Google Ads agency, Big Flare, we use a tool called Optimizer. Inside there, we have a shopping feed product labeler that lets us add a custom label for our zombies. For some other clients, we use a tool called Product Hero, which has the same ability to create custom labels for zombies, and the product feed management tool we use, called Feed Optimize, which we use for a lot of our clients, also has a product feed labelizer feature in there. I'm not saying you have to use one of the tools that we use or that you have to use any tool at all for this. You can do it manually, but it just takes a bit longer. What I am saying though is that a lot of the tools in the space now already offer a custom labels feature that lets you easily label zombies, as well as other products based on their performance levels. You could check out one of the tools I mentioned if you don't mind paying a bit more to save time here, but also you could just check with whatever tools you're currently using, if any. If you already use a tool to help with campaign optimization, or if you're already using a tool to help create your product feed for you, check in there and see if they have an automated custom labeler feature, sometimes called a labelizer. That's all for this video, folks, but if you want to learn my exact weekly checklist for Google Ads, including a copy of the checklist itself, then check out this video right up here. In it, I show you my master view weekly checklist, and if you follow that process, you will always be on top of everything going on in your Google Ads account, and you'll be able to optimize your Google account like a true professional. Check out the video up there if that sounds interesting, and I hope to see you on the next one.